Meat has been a cornerstone of the human diet for thousands of years. It builds muscle, fuels energy, supports the brain, and delivers some of the most bioavailable forms of essential nutrients found anywhere in the food supply. For seniors over 60, who are already fighting age-related muscle loss, declining nutrient absorption, and an immune system that needs every advantage it can get, the right meat, eaten regularly and prepared correctly, is not just a pleasure. It is a biological necessity. But here is what the mainstream conversation about meat and aging almost never addresses directly enough. The difference between the right meat and the wrong meat after 60 is not a matter of preference. It is a matter of biology. And it has never mattered more than it does right now. Today, you are getting the complete and unfiltered picture. 4 meats that seniors need to stop eating, and 4 they should be putting on their plates every single week. Stay with us. The 4 worst meats for seniors over 60. Worst meat. Number 1. Processed deli meats and hot dogs. No meat on this list carries a more formally documented danger than processed deli meats and hot dogs. And that danger comes with an official classification from the most authoritative cancer research body in the world. In 2015, the International Agency for Research on Cancer, the IARC, which operates under the World Health Organization, formally classified processed meat as a Group 1 carcinogen. Group 1 is the highest possible classification, the same category that includes tobacco smoke and asbestos. For adults over 60, in whom colorectal cancer already represents one of the most commonly diagnosed malignancies, that additional risk is not theoretical. It is clinically significant and cumulative. Worst meat number 2. Bacon. Bacon occupies a separate position on this list from processed deli meats, not because it is a different category of food, but because it combines every danger of processed meat with an additional layer of harm that is unique to its preparation and its extraordinary cultural prevalence in the senior diet. 2 strips of cooked bacon deliver approximately 400 milligrams of sodium and over 3 grams of saturated fat. For a senior already managing cardiovascular disease, the leading cause of death in adults over 65, that single contribution to a morning meal meaningfully undermines the medications, lifestyle changes, and dietary efforts made throughout the rest of the day. For a senior already walking a narrow cardiovascular margin, bacon is simply a risk that cannot be justified by taste preference alone. Worst meat. Number 3. Well-done and charred meats. This entry does not target a specific type of meat. It targets a preparation method that transforms otherwise acceptable proteins into sources of potent dietary carcinogens, and it is a method that is deeply embedded in the cooking habits of generations of seniors who have grilled, barbecued, and pan-seared meat to well done throughout their lives. When muscle meat of any kind, beef, pork, chicken, fish, is cooked at temperatures above 150 degrees Celsius, approximately 300 degrees Fahrenheit, a chemical reaction occurs between amino acids and creatine in the meat. This reaction produces compounds called heterocyclic amines, or HCAs. For seniors who have been cooking meat well done out of food safety habit or personal preference for decades, reducing cooking temperature using lower heat methods like braising, poaching, slow cooking, or baking at moderate temperatures, and avoiding any visible charring, meaningfully reduces carcinogen exposure without sacrificing food safety when internal temperature targets are still met. Worst meat. Number 4. Frequently consumed fatty, marbled red meat. Red meat is not uniformly dangerous, and making that distinction clearly is important. The saturated fat content of these cuts raises LDL and VLDL cholesterol levels, the lipoproteins most directly implicated in atherosclerotic plaque formation. For seniors already at peak age accumulation from a lifetime of exposure, adding high dietary age intake from frequent fatty red meat consumption extends a burden the body is already struggling to manage. The problem is frequency, portion size, and fat content of the cut. The 4 best meats for seniors over 60. Best meat number 1. Skinless chicken breast. Skinless chicken breast is the most consistently recommended meat for adults over 60 by cardiologists, geriatricians, and sports nutritionists, and for a combination of reasons that are directly relevant to the most critical health priorities of the senior years. A 3-ounce serving of skinless chicken breast delivers 26 to 31 grams of complete protein, containing all 9 essential amino acids in proportions that efficiently support muscle protein synthesis. Its leucine content is particularly notable. Leucine is the branched-chain amino acid that acts as the primary trigger for the muscle-building response, and chicken breast provides it in quantities sufficient to overcome the anabolic resistance that makes it harder for seniors to build and maintain muscle from protein than it was in younger years. For seniors whose selenium intake from other dietary sources has declined, regular chicken consumption supports thyroid and immune health simultaneously. Best meat number 2. Turkey breast. Turkey breast is nutritionally similar to chicken breast in its lean protein profile, but it earns its own place on this list because of specific nutrients it contains in concentrations that make it uniquely valuable for the most common health vulnerabilities of seniors. Turkey breast is also one of the most abundant dietary sources of selenium and niacin available to seniors. Regular turkey consumption provides a natural dietary source of the building block that cellular NAD+ production depends on, with fewer calories per gram of protein than almost any other meat, and an extremely low saturated fat content. Turkey breast is also one of the most efficient proteins for seniors managing weight, alongside muscle preservation, 2 goals that almost always exist in tension in the post-60 years. Best meat number 3. Grass-fed lean beef, in moderation. Red meat does not belong on the worst list when it is the right cut, from the right source, in the right quantity. And grass-fed lean beef represents the optimal version of red meat for seniors who do not wish to eliminate it entirely from their diet and who should not have to. Grass-fed lean beef delivers the most bioavailable form of zinc available in any food, heme-bound zinc that the body absorbs at dramatically higher rates than plant-based zinc. A 3-ounce serving of lean beef provides 100% of the daily recommended vitamin B12 in its most bioavailable form, directly addressing the B12 absorption crisis that affects a significant percentage of adults over 60. Best meat number 4. Pork tenderloin. Pork tenderloin is the most surprising entry on the best list, and the most misunderstood meat in the senior dietary conversation. Pork tenderloin is, gram for gram, one of the leanest cuts of meat available in any grocery store. A 3-ounce serving contains approximately 22 grams of complete protein, only 3 grams of total fat, and just over 1 gram of saturated fat, virtually identical to skinless chicken breast in its macronutrient profile. Yet most seniors have never considered it as a heart-healthy choice because of the misleading generalizations surrounding all pork products. Conclusion and call to action. Meanwhile, skinless chicken breast provides the leucine-rich complete protein most critical for fighting sarcopenia. Turkey breast delivers the tryptophan that fuels better sleep and the niacin that supports cellular energy production. Your plate after 60 is not just a meal. It is a daily vote for the body you will be living in 10 years from now. Share this video with every senior who eats meat, because the choices being made at the grocery counter and the grill are shaping health outcomes that most people will not recognize until the damage is already done. Subscribe for more evidence-based senior health content and leave a comment below. Which of the 4 best meats will you be adding to your weekly routine? Eat wisely. Your muscles, your heart, and your brain are all paying attention.